everyone, we are really pleased to share with you our new Google Data Studio dashboards, which will be used for search engine optimization. So we are sharing these with each of the franchise owners to give them more visibility over their organic traffic, and it also includes the contact forms and traffic by channel as well, which will hopefully help you to increase your website visitors. And I'm going to take you through the importance of each of these and what you can do with the data that's in here. So to begin with, if you have Google Ads campaigns running already, you will already have access to a dashboard. So the SEO dashboard is an additional one, and it'll be on one of the pages below your Google Ads view. So if you click into SEO overview, or you can flick through the pages here, you'll be able to switch to your SEO overview. Here we have the date picker. So the dates I'm going to look at are for January, and I can change this to the full month. If you wanted to have a look at this week by week, you can also change the dates here and then click apply. So the first figure that we have here is the number of users to the website. So these are all organic stats in here. So the number of users is 113 for January, and this has gone up 6 users from the previous month. So in December, there were 6 less users. So the number of new users here is 97. So we had 1 more new user last month. So you can see that that's gone down by 1. We have the number of sessions. So the number of sessions are the page views, and a session will finish after 30 minutes of inactivity, or when somebody visits your website for the first time and then they leave and then they come back again through a new page, for example. Then you have the contact us, request a callback, download a brochure and apply now. So these are all your contact forms that are available on the website for people to fill in. So if there is data in here, that means that somebody has organically found you and submitted a contact form. So you can see here, if there's no data in there, there won't have been any for January organically, but there may well have been for other sources. So the final one here is Team Tailor. So this will only apply to those officers who use Team Tailor, and the figure here will need to be calculated through Google Analytics. So for those of you who are using Team Tailor, if you don't have your Google Analytics code in Team Tailor, if you're not sure what that means or you need help with setting that up, please get in touch with the marketing email address, marketing@righttohomeuk.com, and I'll be happy to help you get that set up. And then the next figure here we have is the average time on site. So we can see it's gone up from the previous period, which was for December, by 2 seconds. The next part we have here is the new users versus returning visitors, which are these figures up here. So you can see where there has been peaks in the data, so we can have a look to see if there were any particular reasons why we've had new visitors on that day. Have we released any new email marketing material? Has there been any new social posts or campaigns that have started? So this is a really good way to see, what's working, what happened on those dates around that time, to make sure that you have had new visitors to your website. The next one here is the traffic by channel. So you can see that 23.7% of the traffic has come through organic search, 36.3% is direct. Now, direct can be people who have not been able to be tracked sometimes as well. So there may well be some direct traffic from these areas that haven't been tracked, or it can be people who are visiting the site through a link directly to the site as well. Then you have referral traffic. So you've got 22.2% of referral traffic. So that is referral from the likes of homecare.co.uk or other online sources where you may have a directory listing. The next is paid search. And then you also have social and email there as well. Moving on to traffic by source. So now you can see that where people have visited from. So the direct, this hasn't picked up any locations of the source, so this one is unknown. Then we have Google Organic, so you've got your organic traffic here, your Google Ads, which is Google CPC, and finally others. So this may well have accumulated some of the social or email traffic into the other. And then finally here you have traffic by device. So the traffic by device, the industry standard here is for between 50 and 70% through mobile. So 59% is about right on there. And then you've also got visitors coming through desktop and also tablet as well. Moving on then to the most popular pages. What we can see here is a list, and you can also flick through this list to see more pages a little bit further down. So quite rightly, the home page is obviously the most popular page here. 195 users, 178 new visitors, and it tells you the page duration as well. So the page duration here is for this individual page, and then we also have an average page duration for all pages. This is slightly different to the actual time on site. So the average is across all of the individual pages, but the actual time spent on the site overall is on average for 2 minutes. So then looking at the bounce rate, so here we have 54.87% bounce rate. So there are a number of reasons why we can have different bounce rates, and a bounce rate is where somebody has spent no time on the site, so they have landed on the website and clicked back straight away, and that could be that they were not finding something they were looking for, or they clicked the link by accident. So it's important for us to understand why we have bounce rates that are really high and some that are very low. That could be that the traffic that we're directing to our site is sending people that aren't relevant. It could be potentially bot traffic, which we do usually remove, but there is occasionally bot traffic that comes through as well. The bounce rate here is 54%, so that's pretty spot on really. We try and aim for under 50% or just under 50%, depending on what type of website you have, and the type of traffic you're sending to it as well can really affect that. So 54% is fine for that one. The higher bounce rates, so we might have had some adverts running, for example, to this page, which means that it might have a slightly higher bounce rate. It could also mean that maybe wasn't what somebody was looking for, so we can reevaluate this content and make sure that the page title is correct and it matches the search term for the user. So these are some of the things that CTI are working on in their roadmap. So we have already had some new page titles added in, new meta descriptions added in to make sure that we are fully explaining each individual page. And then we are working through the content. So this is already underway with CTI. And what we're doing with the content is making sure it is fully optimized for Google to make sure that the user is finding the right information and to reduce this bounce rate. Moving on then to the keyword rank. So here we have data from Google Search Console. So this is the number of times that right at home have been seen in Google for specific keywords. Now, what you might find in here is there are some random keywords, and that may mean that we have a piece of blog, piece of news content that captures some of the keywords that we have in here. So that's absolutely fine. What we are using this for is to see where we currently rank for some of the keywords which are more relevant. So right at home, Portsmouth, for example, we are currently ranking on average between the first and second position, which is great. That's where we want to be, really high up on the page in Google. Then you can see the number of clicks that we've had and the number of impressions. What we may find as we scroll through some of these are that some of these here are not getting as many clicks, and that's likely to do with the fact that they are a lot higher up in the search results, so 12.7. But this for this keyword, for example, that's okay because we may not be supporting the content that somebody is looking for in here with Waterlooville coronavirus cases. they're not going to find that on our page. So to rank 12.7 for that is absolutely fine. We've been seen 6 times and just had 1 click, and it's likely that that one person will have clicked back when they've not found what they're looking for. So why have we provided you with this dashboard? So what we are encouraging franchise owners and officers to do is create content that will allow them to gain new visitors. So in this section here where we have users and new users to the site, what we'd like to see here is some new content starting to show up in here, as well as more clicks and more impressions. So the work that CTI are completing at the moment is to try and gain more impressions, try and get us in higher positions in Google, which should then in turn enable us to receive more clicks. And the content from this side, which is the most popular pages, is where you can start to create your own content and hopefully start to see that drive traffic to that content, which will provide you with new users and opportunities to capture new clients. Just some other insights from further up in the traffic by channel and source section. So the reason we wanted to share this with you is for you to be able to see how you can create content and drive traffic to your website. So in here you have paid search, email, social. So the email and social, if they're looking fairly small in proportion to some of the other areas, we can have a look at maybe creating some more content, making sure that you are including a link back to your site on each of your Facebook and social media posts. If you have any email content, making sure that you have links back to the site or particular service pages in there as well, and try and generate as much traffic as possible. We will soon be releasing some content to support you with creating some blog pieces and also to help your Google My Business improve as well, which will all help your search engine optimization. And of course, we will also be updating you on the monthly content that CTI are working on through the marketing and recruitment newsletters. If you do have any questions or if there's anything that you're unsure of, please do let us know. And if you are unsure about any of the parts on the dashboard that I've explained, please do get in touch with me and we can run through it on a one-to-one basis. Thank you.